Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. So today we are going to focus on blue states that can flip, but mainly today's episode is going to be Virginia. I will do Oregon and New Mexico, and I guess we could do Rhode Island just for fun, and I don't know if any other states you want in this series, just comment them down below. I will do some swing states that probably will go to Trump anyways. I'll analyze those, like North Carolina, Florida, eventually. So stay tuned for those as well. Now, we're going to take a look at the exit polls to begin with. The 2016 exit polls for Donald Trump. As you can see here, we always like to look at race as the first thing that gets highlighted here. The midterm demographic, which again, this is not a fair comparison. Corey Stewart was seen by many as a neo-Confederate, like a obsessed with Confederate flags and stuff like that. Not doing too well with minority voters there. I think Trump could do a little better. But we are going to analyze these polls because they're the most recent polling we have out of Virginia. Now, Kane won by, I believe you can see here, he won by 15, 16 points. Now, Stewart won the white vote by 10. Trump won it by 24. That margin is going to be more like 24, if not greater than that, in 2020. I'm not sure the Tim Kaine effect had much impact on the Hillary Clinton campaign, but we're going to have to see about that. Now, obviously, whites with a college degree voting in 2018, voting blue by 4 by red in the midterms, but again, that included associate degree holders as college graduates, so it's not exactly fair, and it could be a sampling error. We go down to party ID to show, did Republicans turn up at the polls? Here, Democrats had a 7-point lead. They had a 7-point lead here as well. More people identified as independents in 2018 and going for Kaine. That's understandable. Independents went for Trump. Trump is going to have to win that independent demographic if he wants to win the state of Virginia in 2020. Evangelicals, he walloped her. They represented 25% of the electorate. Here, and they represent even larger or you could say in 2018, but again, Tim Kaine was relatively popular and Corey Stewart was a neo-Confederate. Now we're going to get it down to the juicy stuff in the exit polls right here. View of Trump as president, 43% favorable. Now 44% disapprove, and you have 13% Trump curious. Some of these will vote for Trump as they voted for Republican candidates in the midterms. Now, if we go back and look at the 2016 exit polls, go down to see what Trump's favorability was, 37% had a favorable opinion of him. Now, that is a negative 24 margin. Here it was negative 14. He only gained 10 points of ground there. It's not like in Wisconsin and Minnesota where he's gained almost 30 points. A lot of the reluctant supporters coming on board here, and there just wasn't enough reluctant support. A lot of people were not reluctant. A lot of people went for Hillary Clinton in 2016. Hillary was only unfavorable by 8 points. Now, if Trump is running up against a candidate that is as unfavorable as Hillary, like if the election was held today, I think Trump would probably beat Hillary in Virginia narrowly, because he's more popular and she's slightly more unpopular, but it depends who the nominee is. And I tell you, Bernie will not be popular in Virginia. I think if Trump is going up against Bernie Sanders, I really think Trump has a good shot to win the state. They love the establishment Democrats, and they love the Bushes too. I think if Jeb was the nominee in 2016, Republicans would have won Virginia quite easily. Now, another thing that we need to analyze is state of the economy, because a lot of Americans, whether they are open about it or not, vote with their wallets. Ironically, more people said Hillary would better handle the economy. Now, but 71% say the economy is good as of now. And if we look at the condition of the national economy, 42% said it was good. A lot of this you saw, it wasn't in places like Michigan where only 20% said it was good. Most people said it was fair to poor. Now, the thing is Obama economy did great for places like Virginia and the coastal elites, while Donald Trump touched more rural middle America, as he promised, which is admirable, quite frankly. And as we look at the national economy condition, it has improved here in the stances as well. 71% favorable rating. Even half of Tim Kaine voters say it's favorable. That's a margin of 42 points. Here it was just here you had a negative margin of what I guess you would say is 15. So it went from negative 15 to positive 42. That is a plus 57 in the economy. So if Trump can hammer home the economy, I think it's possible that he could do it. Now, immigration policies, roughly, some Democrats here even agree with Trump's immigration policies, but again, Corey Stewart was just a terrible candidate. Last thing we'll look at is area type. Down here at area type, urban area. The difference here is a lot of the urban area, I guess they called it suburban area. I think they counted things like Fairfax. There's no way Trump won the suburban areas in Virginia. And I don't think that there's really a way that Tim Kaine, if you look at the map, won the rural areas. The rural part of the country went very much in Corey Stewart's favor. So I think that that's just, you have to take these exit polls with a grain of salt, but they can say, yes, Trump, I think, is in a much better shape nationally, even with more negative press coverage. He's at 45% nationally, 43% in Virginia that was taken. He's probably 43, 44 in the state as well. A lot of Republicans stayed home, and we can analyze these maps. Here's the last time a Republican almost won Virginia. This is basically a virtual tie. Assuming you'd have Trump-level turnout in this part of the state, I think you'd win. Now, here's the big deal. Loudoun County went red very narrowly. In 2016, Loudoun County went for Hillary by 17 points. Now, Fairfax County's huge. And obviously Arlington, even like the city there. But Fairfax County went for Hillary Clinton 64-28. In 2018, it went for Tim Kaine 71-26. So Fairfax County, this might be a little bit of a silver lining for Republicans. Democrats might be able to max out Fairfax. When you look at these rural areas in this part of the state, especially up by West Virginia, I don't think that Republicans are maxed out in these parts of Virginia. So if Democrats really are maxed out and Trump can keep these margins the way they are and improve in other places, take Richmond for example, the county surrounding Richmond. No, not Richmond, Roanoke. Roanoke County went for Donald Trump, 61-33. That's not Roanoke City, but the county did. And I think he'd have to improve in margins in big counties like that. I saw West Virginia Beach right here and Chesapeake County. These are suburban counties that did go for Donald Trump. Now in 2014, they went for Giuseppe around the same margin, but 2018 they flipped blue. Now again, run up the margins in these parts of the state. Again, it's very true that Corey Stewart did better in this part of the state than Ed Giuseppe did, and that was 2014, a red wave year, and Giuseppe almost won. Now, the deal here is I think Donald Trump will get, these level of margins where you're running it up big. I think these counties got to turn red, and it's very possible he does. Win Virginia, it's a state that's just trending, but are the Democrats maxed out in Virginia? If the answer is no, he's got no shot to win the state unless Bernie's the nominee, especially if Howard Schultz runs as a third party in that case. But Donald Trump has a shot to win Virginia. I don't think he should write it off completely, and definitely talk about how bad the governor of Virginia is, talking about killing babies after birth and wearing blackface and Klan outfits in college. I don't think that should be the face of the state of Virginia. Also, the lieutenant governor, sexual assault claims that seem relatively believable compared to other claims we've seen, just based on his reaction to it. So again, also, look at third party vote. Hillary didn't break 50 there. That means it's not long gone. Same thing, you could make an argument for Oregon. She really didn't break 50 there either. Third party voters, look, Evan McMullin. If Trump got the McMullin vote, he would have lost by a much narrower margin. He would have gotten almost 46%. Part of Johnson's vote, even if you assume the 75-25 split that the pollsters said, he would have gotten close to winning it. Now we're going to have to see what happens. What's the opponent like? If it's Biden, he can say, write it off. Focus on the Rust Belt. But now it's possible that Virginia could flip. But we'll put it for ceremonial purposes in the Republican column. But, I mean, it would not be surprising to see this state actually trend R in 2020, even if it's just by like 0.5%. But that's just what I see in this case. Virginia would be huge of Donald Trump if he was able to win it. He could actually lose the entire Rust Belt, and he would still be elected president, assuming he holds Arizona. But I think he will hold the Rust Belt anyways, so that's kind of irrelevant. But all right, guys, thanks for watching this video. Please like this video, subscribe, let's get me to 7,000, and hit the bell for notifications so you never miss another video. Follow me on social media and donate to the Patreon, links in description. And before you go, be sure to click on the screen for one of my other recent videos you may have missed. And thanks again for watching, guys. Red Eagle, out.